Hi, I'm Mark Dice, and welcome back to Let's Play Baroque. Alright. Again, wrong button, because I'm playing another game that has the controller tilted. Japanese controls. Well, let's take a peek at our database now that we can. Because I said I'd take a peek at it. First off, every time you run through the tower, you know, obviously... Oh, I guess I was at the same level. Actually, I had a little more experience with that one. Yeah, serial thrower means you throw a lot of stuff. So, distant spirit I think you automatically get for the first one. So, yeah. Alright, there we go. But you can get all sorts of rankings, like if you never hit an enemy, if you, like, punch every enemy to death, all sorts of weird stuff. There's one like, have your inventory filled with baroques, beat it without using armor. Really ridiculous stuff. We have the event list. As you can see, a bunch of them are unlocked. See, I always thought this one, the asymmetry, right here, I always thought it was a man in blue with fire behind him, and then because it's an awkward picture, but then I realized it was two faces facing each other with weird blue background. For the longest time I thought it was the other way, and I was like, I don't ever remember seeing that. Yeah, and there's the reincarnation. There's like, I think right, left is the two different ones, because I think you, yeah, see Heart of 51432 right. But I think that has to do with the whole alternate me thing, which is kind of confusing, but it'll be explained eventually. And here's all the stuff we've seen. Yay, split brand. There's a lot of stuff, and to fill all this out is going to be absolutely crazy. And yeah, I guess you don't get Parasite unless you throw the actual Parasite back. And that's Coriel's crystal. And... Baroque list. See, throw 100+ items. And... you currently haven't met the requirements for any other Baroque. I think you really only get that one for the first one. And also, yeah, see how there's like this whole list? That's all of your idea Sephiroths when you get them, or the pure water, I should say. Okay, Alice doesn't have one, the Archangel doesn't have one. And you can do this.
Knowledge, protection, a sanctuary.
Ugh, God, this controls are so sensitive. Which I'm fine with, because I hate unsensitive controls, but going through menus like these are always a pain. And see, the box bearer, you throw him different boxes, and there's something you can give him that makes him like break down. Then there's long neck, horn girl, bagged one. The only thing I remember is that the bagged one, when you get her Sephiroth, and you fuse it to your sword, it does something really good, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Yeah, disguised angel of the Order of Malkuth, which is used to repair the deterioration of items or fuse two items to make new items. And the Absolute God, responsible for creating and the maintenance of this world, supposedly protected by the Order of Malkuth. That is a really awesome icon thing. I will have to go back and fuse with her a couple times. See, there's a little collector, baroque monger. Yes, and then you start getting the enemies. They all have really weird names. But you can go through and get all their baroques to basically get the rest of the story. But good lord, is it a pain to get all of these. Basically, you have to keep going through the tower to get as many of these as you can. He kind of looks like he's wearing a top hat because of the cutout in the background. Yeah, those things, I would probably never get a baroque for them unless I had something that could hit the ground because they're such a pain. Alright, anyway, let's actually get to the playing part of the game. Oh, we're at depth 600. I thought we were back in town, but I guess not. Whoosh. Alright, we need to send that back. Alright. We'll just always keep one on us, just in case. And hopefully this isn't rotten. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Okay, I don't have any parasites or brands or stomach aches. Be careful coming out from behind. I've already been farted on once. I don't think I need to ever be farted on again. I'm just not into that. More seeds. Yeah, we'll just eat this one. I mean, I should be eating every seed I come in contact with, but they probably will not be. Definitely. For some reason, like when I play for a little bit, the game window like whites out and becomes like a secondary thing. It's kind of weird. Like it stops having priority or whatever, so it gets a little fussy. So last night I had a long conversation with one of my friends because she wanted to know what recording software to get and, you know, how to LP and stuff. She's asked me before. She's been trying to get like King's Quest LPs done because she's a really big fan of them apparently. Although she's a big hockey fan, so I always accuse her of being Canadian. But she really wants to like LP and stuff. So, I don't know. I always like helping people out with that. Although some people ask like absurd questions like, how do I emulate a game? It's like, if you don't know that step, you're not going much further. Like, screw you. Yeah, so as you can see, the rooms at least change a little bit. You got a little like creepy agriculture thing going on here. Alright, let's go ahead and use... I don't know what those are. Alright, let's... I'm glad they are all facing the opposite way of me. Makes my job a lot easier. I think we're done now. Yeah, this is a short floor. There's like nothing on it except rotten meat, some hearts, and some fat chicks. So it's like a Bon Jovi concert. So I have the whole day to myself. Delirious is hanging out with some people, so I decided today was going to be, let's play as much Baroque as we possibly can. really hate how that little bitch hit, like, knocked. Alright, sorry if there's a little hiccup there. I really love getting software, and the box bear on this floor, buying software, and then
Yet, nothing. There is no greater sin than doing nothing.
Anyway, I'll come back to the box bear in a minute. Is buying software and you're not hooked up to the internet, and you have already registered your software, i.e. Windows and some of my other capture software, and no matter what you do, once you're offline, it's suddenly not registered anymore. Like, I understand that companies are paranoid about people, you know, pirating stuff or whatever, but there's a point that just pisses people off. Like, I was really glad that Skyrim didn't require me to have the disc in all the time, and didn't require me to, you know, sign into their networks first. Like, when EA did that with, like, oh, like, games like Mass Effect, good lord, man, I couldn't play that game unless I was playing online, because it would be like, you do not have permission to access this game. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, yeah, I really hate the fact of having to... There's a lot of shit here. You are making me so angry. Please stop. There's your knockback. But, like, I get that a lot, where it's like, things aren't registered anymore and all that kind of stuff.
At times, you show a different mental image. It's almost as if you are both the same and yet a different person.
Good to know. That would explain why that creepy child keeps talking to me. But yeah, so basically, like, the first 10 minutes of this was recorded, and then, I mean, hopefully it stays recorded, but, because this thing is a little finicky. Anyway, it, like, for some reason decides to, like, let's parasite the parasite. Oh, God. Oh, wait. Hold on. Well, anyway, it seemed like it... I need to pause, because I need to look this up, because if it does what I think it does, I want it. So, basically, like, I had to go online, try to re-register it, and, it was like, this product is already registered, or whatever. And then I unplug my internet, and then it's like, I go to freaking use it, and it's like, nope. So, I don't know, it really pisses me off that I have to be online to use it, and I really don't want to, because it's just wasting extra CPU cycles that there's no reason should be, you know, wasted on something as stupid like as that. No, it's not here. Hold on. I'm looking up an item list, so I'm bitching about this. And like, oh god. Doesn't have, it's just the items, doesn't have descriptions. Oh, it does, but they're limited. Wings, hearts, flesh, boxes. Fluids. Yeah, hope fluid. If you ever get a chance to get hope fluid, you better throw that back and not use it on anything, and then clone the shit out of it. Is it all the way on the bottom? But I don't know. I have a lot of problem with software being stupid like that. And it is just being stupid. Like I know they want to make their money, but at the same time, it doesn't help when you piss people off. But I'll find out if it actually goes through with it. Otherwise, you're just seeing like an obscure half an episode with no introduction, although I'll probably add one on. Cannibal Parasite is no good. Dead Parasite. Does he not have Wing Parasite? It looks like he doesn't. He doesn't even say what it does. Hold on. Google time. But, because I've never heard of it. Well, I've heard of it, but... There we go. Oh, okay. It's a decurse. Not that useful. It's like if you get... Because there are items with glue brands, and some items are cursed and get stuck on you. That just makes it go away. So apparently if you throw it, it has a chance of being a one-hit kill. Vitality code is identified. But I don't know, it's just, it's such a pain to have to like do like all this re-registering bullshit. Like, it's literally that's what it is. It's just bullshit. It's like, if you're concerned about pirates, lower the price of your program so more people can buy it. It's simple math. Yeah, there will always be people who will continue to pirate it. But in the whole world scheme, half of the reason why people go to be pirates with stuff and pirate music or DVDs or whatever is because half of the time they're overpriced. And like the worst part is like knowing like music piracy, like most musicians make their money off of concerts. That's just a freaking rule. Like that's the way it's kind of always been. And it doesn't matter, oh yeah, I'm a triple platinum, but I'm only gonna see maybe 10% of that. And all the rest goes back to the record company. Right, where the hell was that? Oh, Box Barrow's all the way back here. So it's kind of silly. And when it comes to like software and programs, you know, it's really annoying that, you know, like things like Photoshop. Like if somebody came out with like if Google did a Photoshop.
I to die too?
You know, and someone came out with like a realistic one that basically did the same thing as Photoshop, but charged less for it, and did it, you know, just equivalently good. Basically, like, you know, there'd be people who'd be like, oh, Photoshop is just clearly better because it's Photoshop. But it's one of those silly things that people, for some reason, love doing. They're like, oh, well, I paid so much money for it, so that makes it good, right? Which is like a bad attitude, especially with software, because that's what keeps the freaking price up. There's no reason why Photoshop should cost as much as it does. Like, most of the stuff you do, if you're an actual artist, you're actually adding your own, you know, brushes or whatever you're adding to the game.
You're going to give me a box? I'm overjoyed. I'll give this to you as a token of my gratitude.
Oh, shit.
You're going to give me a box?
I didn't want hungry boxes piss me
overjoyed.
off.
I'll give this to you as a token of my gratitude.
Oh. That's a really nice box. I mean, I think it's a toy box is what I'm looking for. The only problem is I have a large chance to get shitty stuff. I should probably keep
You're going to give me a box? I'm overjoyed. I'll give this to you as a token of my gratitude.
You know, I'll just open the don't have. Hey, you give me a junk sword. Fuck you, box bearer.
Am I to die too?
Well, now you are because you gave me a shitty box. I'm gonna kill this program with fire. I really am. Just because... companies need to stop putting, like, constraints on it. This is a full version of the damn program. And it needs, like, I hate this whole, like, oh, get debut, but you can only record 10 minutes if you buy it. I don't have debut, I don't like it. It screws up my computer. But it's one of those things, like, they're recording 10 minutes and they have, like, water stamps and stuff like that. Like, I understand you don't want your program taken, but honestly, there are ways to get money without having to charge exorbitant fees and stuff like that. Like, fraps, I used to get fraps and it was free. It wasn't very good, but it pisses me off that now it's like, what is it, like $50 or something for the full version of fraps or whatever? Which in my opinion is a big piece of shit. Like, I can't record half the things I want to record, so why would I use something that's not doing what I need it to do, you know? And, I don't know. It just, it makes me angry, all this, like, oh, register. Oh, no, you can only record this much. Oh, no. Like, it's worse when, like, companies can't even control their own product. Like, as in, like, registration. Like, Windows 7 is the worst of it. But it's worse when it's other programs where, you know, I paid quite a lot of money. And I hate having to pay for something someone else does for free. So, yeah, and it won't even, like, stay registered as me. Like, ugh. Like, I'm glad you can at least play, like, Steam offline, and it's not like, oh, you need to register to play these games because they trust that you... Oh, fuck you. I might restart this floor. I don't want him puking all over my... I wonder which protector was weakened. I don't know, I need to find another one anyway. So yeah, it makes me angry that it's like, because they're paranoid about pirates, they screw over people who actually want to use their program. Like, that's basically what it comes down to, and I think that's a bad way to do business. I mean, when it comes to, you know, data and data management stuff, like, most people have already written most of the codes that allow you to do these things. It's just, essentially, it's a job of compiling them. And yeah, sure, there are some people who write their own. Screw you, little bastard. But it's just kind of ridiculous. And the worst part is that you have all the, like, Congress getting involved just because these companies don't know how to compete properly. Like, I wouldn't care if, while my videos are processing or something, it had, like, a commercial running or something, or, you know, something for them to make back their money on it. Like, even if they were, like, involved with another group, like, say, like, I don't know, like, getting, like, Kickstarter together on or something. I don't know, like, something, but just this whole, like, we are so desperate to make money that we're going to piss you off as a consumer, like, is not an okay attitude, in my opinion. And I mean, I know other people have their reasons why they would rather, you know, pay for a program. I've never heard of fucking one that's not ridiculous. Let's eat this one, eat this one. So, I don't know. Like, I've always appreciated that WinRAR, if you really are, like, a major, like, you need to do, like, boatloads of compression, you need to do all the stuff, and you have really advanced tools for it inside WinRAR if you buy the full version. And that makes sense, because there's, like, a version that's meant for just about everybody, like a casual user. And that casual user, you know, still needs things on RAR. I mean, it's an exclusive format that most people use. And there's a lot of other freeware programs that come out that do the same thing as WinRAR. So WinRAR just released a free version, and which they always call a trial version, but trust me, that trial never ends. Which is good, and that makes me go right for WinRAR instead of getting some third-party knockoff thing. And that was a waste of experience bone. But that's, and then, you know, there are people, I know people who actually legitimately buy WinRAR, which I think is freaking weird. But that kind of stuff makes sense. I mean, you know, you had WinZip that was like, you know, oh, you have to get WinZip for your computer, you know, at the beginning of the internet age. And before everybody switched to RARs, there was all these companies coming out with, or well, even independent software, coming out with free zip software because nobody wanted to pay for the shit. And then they released that free trial version thing, and, you know, that's the smart way to do business. Like, I'm not a professional. I don't need, like, you know, super sound mastering and all this other shit. Like, I just needed to record for however long I wanted to goddamn record. And you can just shut your mouth and go away until then. And, let's see. Oh, why did it eat those? But anyway, sorry, I was like really focused on doing all that. Oh, that's cursed. Get the fuck out of my inventory. Oh, fleshbox. So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of my opinion on that kind of stuff is that you should always have a freeware version that's basically for the basic user. And for more advanced features, either they have to go find another program or they pay for the full edition. I know some people would be like upset with such a statement, being like, oh, well, you know, how would these companies make any money? Because, you know, like you, all these people would be getting the freeware edition. I was like, if you had to buy Adobe Flash Player, or else you couldn't get updates or whatever, you know, you could only get like some subpar version that wouldn't even work well with YouTube or wouldn't work at all with YouTube, then Flash Player would be gone. It would be replaced with some other format just because it's a stupid idea. And that's what I always appreciated about some places, that they, you know, go out of their way to make sure that, especially with Google, they'll always go for the freeware kind of stuff first, so that way everybody can do it. What does the revolution do? You can get out of my inventory for the moment. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, identifying bones. Lethargy, no name. Piss off. Confused and lethargic. I don't know. And like the whole like DRM and, you know, protecting businesses' rights to their programs or whatever. is, oh, I always, or like, you know, to their copyrighted content, I always think is ridiculous. Like, in the internet age, I think you're just being stupid. Like, I don't know. Like, other than Dead Space, which is a shame because its developers don't get paid nearly enough to continue their awesome, awesome games. Companies like EA with their, you know, locking out DRM and stuff, it makes a lot of their other games seem less appealing. Like Mass Effect 3. Ooh, this is nice. I'll save this until I get a summon. Hearts aplenty. Anyway, I don't know. It just... all I can really do is just make a frowny face. Be like, So that's what you decided to do. I suppose eat these. I don't really need to rush to get them. So I don't know. It's not even so much a shame on you, but like lots of other programs do it, and like even Photoshop, like for its updates and whatever, and they're like, oh god, my girlfriend bought a copy, or well, she got a student copy because it was free through her school Photoshop, like CS whatever, CS 27 or whatever, and they basically got fussy, and it was like, oh, your 90-day trial has expired. She's like, what the hell? Like, this is supposed to be a full student copy. Like, what the hell? So, apparently, the student copies were just 90-day trials. And just didn't bother to tell anybody. And when she complained about it, she ended up getting a free copy. Through school by another means, which is totally legit. I'm just not talking about it. It's none of my business. But it's like one of those ridiculous things. Like, they said it was a full version, like a student version, like a specially made version, and instead it turns out to be the same crappy 90-day trial you could get through whatever promo thing they had. So, like, things like that are so dirty and underhanded. Like, I just don't think that that's a good way to do business at all. See, now it's saying I'm registered and I'm not hooked up to the internet. That's why I'm going over 10 minutes. Son of bitches. Well, whatever. This will be an extraordinarily long episode because I do not give a rat's ass about time. And also, frankly, I think that if you have a program and you make a free version that's distributed to everybody or to a large amount of people, you can oftentimes find more bugs or find more people that are interested or people who might give you a more creative feature. And then you don't really need a development team in terms of, you know, new design development stuff because you have all that feedback. Ooh. What will I send back? I should send back a seed now. Yeah, let's send back a seed. I need a heart seed to go back. Long neck will never see that coming. Actually, he will, because I'll be throwing a heart at his face. Anyway. So, I don't know. Oh, nice. I'm glad that that only turned that way. I can hold on to that. But, I don't know. This whole, like, piracy is destroying our business. We only make, you know, we went from making 7.1 million to 7 million. Like, it's such a tragedy. And I just can't help but not feel bad for them. Like, and also, I mean, it's a developing world. Like, especially with the internet. Like, it's developing. And, yes, we're pretty far into, you know, the state of the internet. But you know, you have companies like Google, who a lot of other companies, especially AOL and stuff, were not very happy with. And the first thing they do is try to, you know, shut them down, or, you know, throw handfuls of money at it until it goes away. And it's always kind of ridiculous, because why wouldn't, like, if their business is successful and you're not successful, maybe you should look at your business, not blame them for your problems. And that's how I always feel at these, like, you know, ACTA and CISPA and whatever the fuck. All these things are only interested in protecting people who have no interest in actually, you know, working for their money. Like, that's pretty much the way I look at it. Instead of being competitive and thinking of new ideas, they're like, you know, screw it, we'll do this. I mean, imagine if there was no Firefox, and we just ended up with, you know, fuck you, Cursebringer Angel. And we just ended up using, you know, the same terrible AOL interface even today. You know, it would be so embarrassing, because we know that there's Firefox and other things. I mean, if we were forced to use nothing but, yeah, he weakened this. Oh well. I don't want to throw it, because I think he'll make it disappear. Oh. He threw that one back. Yeah, that one was weakened. Well, if it fails, I will, motherfucker. I thought he'd try to kill me. Alright, let's just unequip everything. Eat a burnt seed. Come on, kill me. I think it's because I had the AD that added attack that failed, because it's technically boosted above its normal limit, so he wouldn't take it. What a pain. Well, at least I know there's a Cursebringer Angel there, so I don't have to worry about picking up and scrounging every little thing. And I can evade using... Wait, did I already throw a Heart Seed back? Oh well. If I have an extra one, it's no biggie. Get away from me. What did I just say? I like how... Oh, I thought it was standing straight up. I was like, wow, it landed right on its ass. But, I don't know. Like... I also think that, especially things like Windows, like how Windows XP, despite pirates, Windows XP by itself pretty much paid for all of the development costs that would go into making Windows Vista and 7. Like, that's the kind of thing I think is ridiculous. I don't think they should, you know, make it for free, but come on, $90? Like, are you fucking serious? I'm lethargic, leave me alone. I want to take a nap. Fuck you, just use this. I don't know what this parasite is. It could be a comet or it could be crap. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, that's not so bad. So now I have 2 more burnt seeds. And that did a lot more damage than I expected. I also think it's ridiculous. Sorry, my frame rate is dropping so bad because there's so many enemies here. And so my Windows activation came up. Ironic. Get away from me, you little frog barb. I know this is like... Alright, anyway. I don't know. I mean, that's the one thing... Like, people always say, like, oh, well, only progress comes from this kind of greed. No, that's not true. I mean... Oh, no. I want that. You get back here, you little fuck. No, out of my way. Did he really eat it? Or was that not him? I'm gonna have to die, kill myself again. Some items are just too important to give up. Let's check through here. I think that was him, though. Yeah, that was him. He ate it. Alright, I really hate having to do this. I thought that oh no, it doesn't have hit points. Come on, can you guys kill me a little faster? Did I die? Or was I standing? Kimono woman. Alright. Well, I think this is going to have to be all for this episode of Let's Play Baroque. Hopefully there's less failure and less of those guys goddamn stealing my shit. See you in the next episode.